Hey fam, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about mass number and atomic number. If you've seen our previous video on periodic table, you recognize this table. This week we're going to be zooming in into one of those small squares to talk a bit more about what information you can get from a periodic table. So this is one of the small squares on a periodic table. This is carbon. You'll notice there are two numbers there. There's a bigger number and a smaller number. Now, don't get confused. Sometimes you'll see that the smaller number is at the top and the bigger number is at the bottom. It doesn't matter. Just remember bigger number and a smaller number. The bigger number is called the mass number. Now, the mass number is the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. So it's a bigger number, mass, big mass. The smaller number is called the atomic number, and it's the number of protons only. And just for completeness, C is the chemical symbol and carbon is the chemical name. And that's all the information you get from one of those tiny squares on a periodic table. So just to apply this to some GCSE style questions, you could get asked, for example, how many protons does this atom have? Now, I've already talked about this, right? The atomic number is equal to the number of protons. So for this carbon atom, number of protons is equal to 6. You could also get asked, how many electrons does this have? Now, from one of our previous videos, we know that electrons are negatively charged and protons are positively charged. Now, if there's 6 protons, there has to be 6 electrons to balance it out because atoms are neutral. They don't have an overall charge, right? So the number of electrons is always equal to the number of protons in an atom, okay? So we've got 6 protons on this carbon atom, so we've also got 6 electrons. Now neutrons can be a bit tricky, it's just a little bit more math, right? So we know what the mass number is, and we know that the mass number is equal to the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. We know that our mass number is 12 from the periodic table. We know that our number of protons is 6 also from the periodic table. So we just do a little bit of math. And we find out that the number of neutrons is also equal to 6. That was great, right? Okay, so let's do another example really quickly. We're going to fly through this one. Again, the bigger number is the mass number, which is equal to the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. The smaller number is called the atomic number, and it's the number of protons only. And for completeness, K is the chemical symbol and potassium is the chemical name. And applying this to some GCSE style questions again, if you get asked the number of protons is equal to the atomic number, so that's 19. The number of electrons is always equal to the number of protons in an atom, so that would also be 19. The number of neutrons, again, just a little bit more math. We know that the mass number is the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. We already know the mass number and we know the number of protons. So we can do some quick math and we find out that the number of neutrons is equal to 20. So we've got some examples here for you. Feel free to pause the video and work on it for as long as you like. Skip over in the timestamps below to the answers. Okay, so now we're going to go through the answers. If you need more time, again, pause this video here. The mass number is the bigger number on the periodic table, so that's 16. The atomic number is the smaller number, which is 8. The number of protons is equal to the smaller number, which is the atomic number, which is 8. The number of neutrons is equal to the mass number minus the atomic number, which is also 8. And the number of electrons is always equal to the number of protons in an atom, so that is also equal to 8 in this case. Next, we have aluminum. The mass number is the bigger number on the periodic table, so that's 27. The atomic number is the smaller number, that's 13. The number of protons is equal to the atomic number, so that's also 13. The number of neutrons is equal to the mass number minus the atomic number, so that's equal to 14. The number of electrons is always equal to the number of protons in an atom, and that is also 13. Next, we have sulfur. Again, the mass number is the bigger number, so 32. The atomic number is the smaller number, so that's 16. The number of protons is equal to the atomic number, so that's also 16. The number of neutrons is equal to the mass number minus the atomic number, which is 16. And the number of electrons is equal to the number of protons, so that's 16 as well. And finally, we have lithium. The mass number is the bigger number, so that's 7. The atomic number is the smaller number, so that's 3. The number of protons is always equal to the atomic number, so that's 3 as well. For the number of neutrons, that's mass number minus atomic number, so 7 minus 3, so we get 4. And the number of electrons, so 3. And that's it, guys. We've gone through mass number, atomic number, how to get the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons from an atom on the periodic table. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Pop some comments in the comment section if you have any questions, any suggestions of topics you want, or how we can improve our videos. And we hope to see you next time. Stay safe, guys.